What arguably may be one of Ridgewood's best-kept secrets, Gypsy Pond was recently toured by Andy Antista, president of the Ridgewood Wildscape Association.
We are at Gypsy Pond, which is an extension of Kings Pond, and it's on the border of Ridgewood and Hawthorne, right along the Susquehanna Railroad tracks. This pond will flow into what is known as Goffle Brook. And Goffle Brook continues into Hawthorne, right through the center of Hawthorne, and eventually goes into the Passaic River, and the Passaic River into the other rivers, and eventually into the ocean. Look over to my left, the foxtail grass. That's kind of grass that grows in the Meadowlands area, very predominant there. It's a tremendous wildlife refuge. This area and Kings Pond, just a little bit beyond here, are flyovers for migrating birds. We can see it's mainly a forest. It's a hardwood forest, and that means maple and oak trees, etc. Most of it now is new growth, except for a few older trees here. But I particularly want to get a look at, have a look at this pond area. If a pond at some point doesn't get dredged or deepened in some way, what eventually happens is that as the water slows down, as the flow slows, the pond water releases a good deal of sediment. The sediment settles down to the bottom of the pond, grasses begin to grow, animals drop seeds that they've eaten into the area. The area around the pond begins to creep into the pond very slowly, and eventually the pond is gone. This pond was once as wide as almost where I'm standing right now, and right to the railroad tracks. As you can see now, it's considerably less of a pond, and it's becoming a marsh. And that's the natural progression of things. If humans don't touch things, this basically is what happens in the ecology of a pond. I spoke to a lady who has lived here for a number of years, who doesn't live here now, but her family has lived here a long, long time. And they spent their youth playing down here and wandering through the woods and in the pond, and swimming and skating and sleigh riding on the hill here behind me. None of those things are done anymore. 3 weeks ago, there were tires, bicycle, metal, a huge tarpaulin that we had to dig out of the ground over there, and it was really a mess. Today, looking at it now, the 30 or 40 people who were here working did an excellent job of cleaning up the area. Right in front of me is a foundation, and I checked with the historian in Ridgewood, Peggy Norris, and we talked about that briefly, and I thought it might be the foundation of a shed that was used to pump water out of the pond for the golf course, and she wasn't sure about that. She said there were mills here at one time, back in the 1800s, using the water, and it could have been something from that. Downed wood becomes what is called a nurse log, and as it decays, it not only fortifies the soil below it, but it becomes a host for many, many bacteria and small insects who will, eat the wood, gnaw through it, and then birds come in and they help themselves to the small insects, and slowly but surely you'll see shelf fungus form on it, and then of course it dissolves totally into the ground and becomes nourishment for the ground. I invite you on behalf of Ridgewood Wildscapes to come out and enjoy what we have saved, and I say we, the village of Ridgewood, has saved for us, for our children, for grandchildren, and hopefully in perpetuity for generations to come.
For more information about the Ridgewood Wildscape Association, please visit their website at www.ridgewoodwildscape.org. For Patch.com, I'm Marshall Katzman.